Welcome back to Low Level Trim. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the 2010 Volkswagen GTI and the decision to get it repainted. The car has 184,000 miles, but it does run good, and decided might as well keep it for another couple of years. It's kind of tough we'd have to sell it and then of course get another used car likely, and so at least this is a known entity. I've known what we've done to it, and so like I say, it runs good, the tires are good, so I'll just keep this for another couple of years and get the paint job. And it did have some additional damage. There was, I guess, the front bumper was damaged and was put on and never was put on correctly. I'm sure the tabs were either broken, and so it was just sort of stuck back on. So the plan, of course, is to get they're going to replace the front bumper cover with a, I guess it's a it's not a factory, I'm sure it's a some other type of manufacturer, but hopefully it'll be certainly an improvement from the way it currently looks. And like I say, the issues of the clear coat, it was not too bad up until about a year and a half ago, and then really started to peel off on the hood, and of course around the windows, both sides, and of course starting on the top. So really kind of looks bad. So decided I was going to just go ahead and try to get a low-cost paint job, and decided that Maaco was probably the lowest cost. So I went in, got an estimate, did look at the different paint jobs. You can get the single stage paint job that is the cheapest. That generally, of course, is a paint job that people will get if they're planning to really just immediately sell the car, that they're not planning on keeping it for a long time, and so they go ahead and just get the single stage. And then there's an upgrade, and then a third, I guess, level, so if it's the highest, maybe there's another very high paint job, but nonetheless, this is the the good paint job, basically, with the coat, and then the clear coat on top. And they do a little bit more prep with this paint job. Of course, they don't do it's the same color, so they're not going to do inside the door jambs or anything like that. So just really the outside of the vehicle. So came to about $2,800. That includes the repair and replacement of the front bumper cover. That, I think the bumper cover itself was almost $500 to get the bumper cover, and then of course the installation of that. And it they did say they'd take off at $200 if I scheduled it right away. I think they were a little slow, and I did read reviews for this particular Maaco. I think they're independently owned, so this one had a number of good reviews, and so I thought, for the price, I'm not going to get it cheaper really anywhere else. And like I say, the car's in good shape, runs well. It's of course, automatic with the I guess shiftable automatic with does have the paddle shifters. Like I say, runs good. The transmission actually got replaced about 3 years ago, and so that's hopefully will last the rest of the life of the vehicle. Generally, let's see, like I say, the back, yeah, the clear coat peeling back there and on the top, so really no choice but to get the whole car repainted. So I'm looking forward to getting it back and reviewing the Maaco paint job. Hopefully it'll turn out nice, but wanted to share like I say, a review of a Maaco paint job. The cost is, I would say, reasonable compared to what other body shops would charge, I would think. So thanks for watching.
2 weeks later.
The GTI is back from the $2,700 paint job at Maaco, and I must say I am pleased with the result. I didn't know really what to expect. Had my fingers crossed. This was, of course, the paint job. That was of course, the color and the clear coat. This was I think the third tier up from the bottom. So therefore, it was certainly one of their better paint jobs, and certainly at 2,700, I don't think that's a bad price, and I think it was certainly worth the price. That 2,700 included the replacement of the front bumper. It was an aftermarket front bumper. Apparently the OEM couldn't be gotten, so they had to get an aftermarket. And they didn't get the bumper on perfectly as far as the gap, and I think part of that is due to some aftermarket interior parts that I put in an attempt to get the old bumper back on better, and those aftermarket parts were inadequate with the tabs. I could look at them and tell that they were just poorly made, and unfortunately I just left them there and was kind of keeping my fingers crossed that they'd be able to make it work. They got it on certainly much better than the old bumper, and it's acceptable for now. I may attempt to later get some factory interior brackets and then try to get that front bumper on more perfectly. So, but at this point, I'm happy with it. I say generally, the paint job is very good. Certainly, it's not factory. Yeah, there is some orange peel in places, and that was to be expected. There was really no runs, maybe a little run on the front bumper in a small spot, but I'm not going to nitpick this. I wasn't expecting a show car, and certainly didn't pay for show car quality, but certainly for a $5,000 car, this paint job certainly is worth it. I would recommend at least this Maaco based on the results. I think I could tell that they did a decent job of prepping it. They also, of course, didn't paint any of the interior door jambs, but I probably can't see. But yeah, they did a great job of getting it kind of blended in, so it's really, you don't even see where it touches the interior jam. So they did a good job there. Did a little bit of body work. There were a couple dents that they were able to get out. Not all of them. I didn't want them to, or didn't pay for them to get all the dents out. There was also a spot back here where I guess somebody had dented it, and then they used some body putty, and it was really bad looking for the whole time we'd owned the car. So they fixed that, so that isn't even really noticeable. Like I say, generally it's good. I would say I would give it, for me, yeah, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And but as far as the quality of the paint job for the price, I would definitely, rank it up there with worth the value, and then some. I think I got a good paint job for that price, and it's kind of rare nowadays to get a service that you're actually pleased with. But I can definitely say that I'm pleased with the results of the Maaco paint job. Like I say, all Maacos, or most Maacos, are independently owned, so who's to say? Certainly the quality or the craftsmanship of the technician can certainly, I guess, can vary from location to location. But for what I got and what I paid, I'm definitely pleased. So I would certainly not shy away from a Maaco paint job. Certainly get quotes, but if you're looking for a value, try Maaco. You can't go wrong.